Happy Gemini season to all my Geminis or anybody who has strong placements such as I. You are now at the Who-kah Lounge, and we're going to talk about the energy going into Gemini season because one major transit, besides the retrograde, which is a mercurial sign as well, Gemini, ruled by Gemini, is going to happen this month. We have Uranus taking root for the next 7 years in Gemini. Now, when I was doing my meditation walk, the first thing that came to mind as a phrase is Tourette's. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, if anybody remembers the basketball player, he's an example of people who have Tourette's. Um, Gemini being the planet of communication paired with this unpredictability and electrically charged energy of Uranus. This is going to be unexpected kind of communication, and we're talking about the duality of Gemini, which means we're going to get it from both sides. So, in the waking world and in the other world, I don't want to say the waking world, I want to say this realm and the spirit realm. I don't even want to say that because it's all spirit, right? But you get what I'm saying. Um, in the physical world and in the spiritual world, we're going to be getting a lot of messages, the unexpected. The nervous system is going to be highly fine tuned. This is one of them things where it's a good time to get on a regimen that helps regulate, clear out things that soothe the nervous system, helps regenerate the nervous system, relaxation, more meditation, blah, 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 because it's going to be amped up to 1,000. Gemini is already, you know, 1,000 miles a minute. And we're just going to pull these cards out. Welcome to the Hookah Lounge. This is family here. Got my grandmother. These are my three baby pictures, and this is my father. And this is what I'm talking about. I was guided to put them in the readings now, as you know, everything. Protectors, just to draw on their energy and let them speak through me with their wisdom, and their know-how, right? And we have the Queen of Hearts. This is going to be a time of extreme self love, and I mean extreme. And how does this tie into everything? This unexpected communication, these outbursts in some cases, are all going to be heart centered. You're going to see a lot of people advocating more for their personal needs, their personal space. Look at that, shedding skin, Chi Chan. We got the red serpent from the Mayan calendar. And to top it off, on the bottom of the deck, I'm having deja vu, the Taosi card. Now, we're going to zoom in. Taosi talks about community. And this is how a lot of you are going to find your community because of this change. Gemini is rapid communication. So we're talking about not only in person, we're talking about over the internet. So a lot of you people who have pages, who do content, this is going to be an unbelievable time for y'all. Standing in your truth, that is. Now, you're conning people and doing the scam or whatever. We have it in every community. I don't care where you go to, spiritual or otherwise. There's always them guys and gals that are taking advantage of the opportunity rather than coming into this with the full heart. Again, a lot of this energy circles around being heart-centered, heartfelt words, heartfelt communication. So this means you might hear from people that you haven't heard from in a long time, especially when the retrograde comes around. And this also deals with the beginning stages of education. Gemini rules those elementary type schools, middle school. This is like the beginning of knowledge sitting across from Sagittarius. And note, you always have to look at the opposite sign when we're talking about moving into a season, Gemini season, opposite sign of Sagittarius, because that's the learning curve. They learn from one another. Sagittarius being higher learning is sitting directly across from the intermediate schools, the basic training kind of thing, where this is, you go in and get the combat skills, but then Sagittarius would be like special ops. You know what I'm saying? Working for the Pentagon, CIA type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a different field, it's a different category. It comes with a philosophy, whereas in Gemini, you're just forming your philosophy. So this is going to have a lot of change. The change you combine. Uranus just got finished kicking Taurus ass for 7 years. How do I know? I am a fellow Taurian. Shout out to all my Taurians and happy belated. That is what was so drastic about the changes in anything Taurian, which we're talking about, food, fashion, art, money, how money is exchanged, being that Uranus is in the future. We're talking about cryptocurrency, the senses themselves, how things taste, how they smell, how they feel, the texture of things, and of course, the unpredictability of changes in the earth, volcanoes, earthquakes, typhoons, things of that nature, like literally nature, right? Because we're dealing with perhaps the most earthly of all the earthly signs, but now we're in the air with Gemini and all this communication. The twins, the lover card is big here as well. So this is going to be a time of choices. And these choices are all linked to these three cards, and we're going to clarify them in 3 minutes or less, because I like to do it with the timer on. It keeps me not expending so much energy, but delivering the message in a clear, concise way. And I need you to take note of what I just said, because this is going to help you hone in and target. We're dealing with Uranus, we're dealing with the collective, the way we speak to the world, the way the world speaks to us. So this communication is not always about how we talk and expressing how we feel, but it's also with listening. So meditation, like I said in the beginning, is going to be really big. Just shutting up. Meditation will allow the messages to come in clearly and concisely, you know what I'm saying, for you to get the downloads and the guidance that you need at this time. All right, so let's clarify these with a card apiece. King of Wands. This is being proactive about it. This is being inspirational. This is finding a new calling. Look at this, the Fool card, a new journey, a new beginning. And then on the bottom of the deck for Tausi, we have Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is really good because this is showing the love that we have for whatever it is we're doing, willing to start over again, willing to take on new adventures, and not selling ourselves short with the page. We're not doing it for pennies anymore. If you've been practicing your craft, if you've been honing a skill for quite some time, it's time to up the ante. You know what I'm saying? This is time to really voice your opinion. If you don't feel like you're being treated fairly, this energy, this go-getter, this entrepreneurial kind of spirit of the King of Wands it's just going to give you the boost. But this is also about creation as well, because of this King of Wands. It is a very phallic suit of the tarot, and we have the most phallic of phallics, the King. We're talking about player, Himalaya kind of energy, you know what I mean? Putting it on somebody. And this goes to all areas of life. Give me one card for the closing. We have the Coral Dragon. Your aura, your authenticity is your protection. That means that you don't have at all to go outside of your means, your protection, to do extra things, you know what I'm saying? Your aura is what's going to protect you with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We're not quite wrapped up the cycle of value. This is like the waning of Taurus season and all those values that we've learned coming to a head. So there may be a few more things before this cycle wraps up for you with this 10 in reverse. But your authenticity shines. This dragon has no teeth, doesn't breathe fire like a typical dragon would. It's the colors. If you bite me, I'm poisonous, I'm going to kill you. It's that kind of energy here, okay? So this is just a general breakdown of Gemini season coming into fruition. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need a reading or any other service that I have, just reach out to me at the email. It'll be in the description box. And also, you can just DM me here. Have a great one.